Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight, the After Party, episode 12. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, and let's get into it. So this episode, the people on the panel are Noi, Olajuwon, and Sarah Colonna. I think that's how you pronounce her name. So they start with O, right? Yo, O is actually a despicable human being. I'm so sorry. Like, to me, I see these people as characters. So I'm really not saying, let's go and attack Olajuwon, right? But to me, watching how he's been depicted, he's a despicable human being. So he says that he wishes he was in the room when Katina had her breakdown in front of Michael and Jasmina, because that would show him that she really cares.
I wish I seen that in person, because that is a good enough apology to see that she's emotional about it. That means it affected her.
Excuse me? Seeing this woman break down, seeing this woman at her lowest, and when she's already told you she's been in a verbally abusive relationship and that she feels berated by your words, you still think that equates love, seeing her break down in this way. It's blowing my mind, all right? He also admits to being somebody who was manipulative in the past, which, oh, what a great admission. Has it changed? Has it changed? Because in this marriage with Katina, you have broken down her womanhood. You've broken down her personhood, honestly. You have wanted to test her as if she was a grade school student. You have, what has he done? What else has he done? You set her up in front of company. You want her to cry so that you feel like this is true emotion. This is how she really, has shown you that, she's invested in. You're disgusting. That is manipulation. I really want Olajuwon to, I don't know if he can go on to Reddit or something, because I know these Married at First Sight people love Reddit. Please explain to me and to the rest of the viewing public how your actions throughout this process have not been manipulative. We'll wait. He says that during the makeup, he did realize that he overreacted. And she said that if she truly was hiding something from him, she wouldn't have given the phone so freely to him, right? And I know Romance TV has this conspiracy that the phone wasn't actually the phone and this is a contrived storyline, which honestly, I could believe it. But in terms of the whole overreacting thing, the best apology is change behavior. We all know this. And time again, he has shown that he will lash out and then apologize later. And every lash out seems to be worse than the one before. At what point do you, Katina, stop being delusional and see that it's a pattern? And if I am constantly breaking down because of this person, I need to leave. I need to remove myself. But no, this heifer want to go and stay in this damn marriage. And I say heifer, not like, like a female cow who can't have kids. I mean, if you know, right? But I'm like, this heifer wants to stay. Like, I can't even sympathize with her at this point, because if you remember with Paige, at some point it was like, okay, like, Chris, you wildin', like, yo, Chris, you need to calm down. But then we started to look at Paige like, it's not compulsory for you to stay though. Like, you can leave. You can leave, or at the very least, stand your ground. So Noi shares that she was annoyed with the whole splitting of chores thing because she believes that she has not asked Steve to do anything more than what he's already doing.
You asked him to get a job 72 times. Come on.
I did ask him, but, okay. I didn't pressure him to do that.
So you don't think asking him to take out a dog that he didn't come into the relationship with is not asking for more, or cleaning up the whole house when you also lived there, or asking him to get a job when he wasn't already working? So him getting a job would be asking him to do something extra. I'm just saying. And then on top of that, with the whole lack of employment, her issue was not the fact that he doesn't clock into a 9 to 5. Her issue was that she is interpreting Steve as somebody who lacks ambition, somebody who's not a go-getter, somebody who lacks motivation, right? And that I can understand. That I can honestly understand, because you can see people go to a 9 to 5 who literally just look dead in the face. Dead in the face, dead in the body, just dead man walking, Or you can see other people who are content creators or influencers who have all the drive in life, just a thrill for living. And I think If she was to articulate that to him, maybe he would understand it more. And he would kind of show her like, no, hold on. I am a go-getter. Don't get it twisted. Like, I got a plan. It just doesn't involve clocking in. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. So Keisha brings up their fight about moving in. And she says that she's hesitant because of her past.
And I lived with that boyfriend, and I had to basically start all over. And I remember telling myself and all my friends and family, I'm never going to put myself in that situation again.
Now, you can't let your past cripple what you've got going on currently, right? However, I do kind of see the hesitance if this man is really just so against getting a job. I do see it, but the least that you could do is share that information with Steve, because to go from I want us to have 3 kids to I don't want to move in with you after decision day doesn't make sense to somebody, right? And she has a history of going to either social media or her friends and family to hash things out, and then comes back with a different perspective and didn't give her partner the opportunity to air things out between the two of them. So the least you could do, at the very least, it's the bare minimum, babes. The least you could do is communicate with your husband, right? So I wonder what would her issue with Steve be, or maybe what would even the storyline be between the two of them if he had had a job, or if he had a crazy amount of savings in the account, because they're dragging it. They're dragging it. We get it. He doesn't work. We get it. She don't like that. But also she loves him. And also she wants 3 kids, but also doesn't want to move. It's just, let's find something else to be upset about, okay? I'm tired of it. Moving back to Ola, he responds to Katina's need to consummate before decision day, and he claims that he's going to hold strong.
I told her that I wanted not to consummate our marriage.
And you want to maintain this.
Yes, it means a lot to me.
It means a lot to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my theory. It's one of 2 things. In my mind, it could be more things, but in my mind, it's one of 2 things. 1, they already had sex. All right. And they're just going to lie to us like Clara and Ryan lied to us. They've been knocking boots this whole time. That's theory number 1 for me. Theory number 2, he don't like that girl. Not sexually. He has a history of only being with white women. I don't know if that's just intimately, but definitely some semblance of seriousness, has only been with white women. So is it out of the realm of possibility that he's not into her? No. It's a very plausible case. It's unfortunate, but it's possible. Keisha moves back to Noi, and she shares that, Sriracha was very upset on behalf of Noi, but Noi didn't really give a proper depiction of her situation with Steve, namely the employment, and that he's not unemployed, he's self-employed.
Well, what is confusing, I think, was that it's not really obvious. So yes, he is self-employed, but I don't know the details of that.
So just because you don't know the details of what he does for income, you're just going to nullify the status altogether. This is reminding me, for those people who watch Married at First Sight Australia, this is exactly what Tamara did to Brent. And it was so frustrating because it's like this person had money. And unfortunately for them, it's the same thing. COVID affected their whole lifestyle, but they still have money. Like they still are successful people, but they got demeaned by their wives because the wives didn't understand the status of their income and all that stuff. Not gonna lie to you though, if I was married to Steve, I honestly would be like, okay, but just tell me like I'm a child. Explain it to me in the simplest of terms, just so I can let it go and fully be in this thing. Because really, this is the only thing holding them back, this whole money situation. Tell me why at the end, I'm gonna jump for a little bit and then I'll jump back. Keisha asked Noi, what would you wanna see in the bank account for you to feel comfortable? I cannot believe her answer.
What number?
I don't know if he had 40,000.
40,000?
Yeah.
40,000.
That's it? That's it. Girl, I could save that being a small YouTuber. That's it. Noi, you cannot be serious. There's no way you're making this hullabaloo over $40,000. No. No, no, no. I refuse. I refuse. Listen, Steve, off the show, be an influencer that you want to be. You're going to get that 40K easy peasy. You're going to have your freedom of artistic expression that you want to have. And if Noya wants to stick around, she can. Just 40K. Mercy. So back to Ola. I don't like this whole jumping back and forth thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Back to Ola. He refers to the infamous mama that we have yet to see and how she did check him on his own pitfalls. I actually do need to see his mom because I want to see if she's able to G-check him in front of the cameras, if this is something that she actually does, or if she's yet another enabler. Because if I see that every single person, whether they're new or old, who is in Ola's life does enable his behavior, it would make his disposition make more sense. You can't get mad at somebody who's been stuck in an echo chamber. He's constantly been hearing the way that you're doing things, it's fine, you're fine, it's all fine. So of course he's gonna think it's fine. Where's the mama at? Clock in, mama. We need to see you on the after party or something. We need to see her. Then last but not least, the panel weighs in on the Mark and Lindsay situation. And apparently when she left the apartment, she went up to the roof. And you know who'll be up on the roof? Olajuwon.
Were you on the roof too?
Yeah, every time.
Any insight?
Yeah, it was exactly what we seen. I think the thing about Lindsay is she's easy to point the finger. And I always tell Lindsay, sometimes you gotta take responsibility.
I feel like the only person who truly understands her is him. And it's like, should y'all be together or something? Oh no, that would be a dumpster fire for marriage. But Ola shares that he also talks to Mark and he was giving him advice on like, you're doing your best. There's not much more that you can do. Just keep at it and stuff. And I'm like, when did Ola become the marriage oracle?
Mark is trying everything. To keep this and be positive, have good energy. Mark does not like conflict at all.
I would rather get advice from Johnny about marriage. And that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.